here and see how firm it comes out. Wow. Hey beautiful people, welcome to a new video. This is Mecca. Now I know it's been a while I brought food recipes, and I am apologizing to my beautiful subscribers that have joined this family mainly for the healing foods. I am Mecca. I was once diagnosed with chronic fatigue, fibromyalgia and pain, and all thanks to God and life-giving foods, I have been able to heal my body using food as medicine and God's word. One of the most important things I did was I took away meat, which includes chicken, beef, pork, yes, all that family. Actually, I hadn't been eating pork for a few years prior, but I got rid of meat. Now I haven't stopped animal protein totally. I still eat a bit of fish. To be honest, there have been times when I've taken away fish and I'm still struggling, and at different stages in everyone's journey you might have something you're trying to sort of change and switch, and that's normal. For me, it is fish. If I could stop eating fish, but I know I need protein. Now you get protein not just from animals, you can get protein from lots of vegetables and pulses. So today we are making tofu. But now soy is a big debatable subject. Now research, some research shows soy can help with breast cancer. Some research says soy can cause it. Now one problem with soy is a lot of the soy we have today is genetically modified, like pretty much maybe 90%, even the organic ones in quotes. So they're genetically modified soy everywhere, and that translates to the tofu you eat. Tofu is a really high protein, nutritious food, but for some people it can be inflammatory because it's estrogenic. It mimics estrogen. Is it estrogen? It mimics estrogen in the body. In the past, I've had a funny experience, and I'll share my experience because this is my journey. I'm sharing my journey. Years and years ago, when I started this journey, I decided I'm gonna make tofu. So I got bags of organic soy. I made the milk, and I tried the milk, and I bled. Yes, my normal monthly cycle, but I was having heavy bleeding, like it was bad. I knew there was something wrong, and I now researched and I found out that it could mimic estrogen in the body, and that could have been what caused that for me. So I knew that it was something I wasn't keen on having, and so I never tried it again. Recently, I have started diving back into soy, but I wanted to make a different type of tofu, and there comes chickpeas. Yes, chickpeas. We are making chickpea tofu. So these have been pre-soaked overnight for at least 16 hours. And we've rinsed it, we're gonna blend, and we're gonna make tofu. Now there is a common chickpea tofu. This is not the usual regular Burmese chickpea tofu. This is a different tofu. We're making this like a normal tofu. So we start with blending, okay? So we have a beautiful paste now. This is quite smooth. It doesn't have to be this smooth. But the next steps are, we're gonna make this like you would make your normal tofu. So the usual chickpea tofu doesn't involve this step. This step is not in the usual chickpea tofu you see. So you need two things. You need either a nut milk bag or a mesh strainer. Now I've just improvised. I've tied this net over my pressure pot because that's the deepest pot I have. You need it over a fairly deep container. So we're gonna pour this in stages, in steps. We're just gonna put a little bit in there. Now the good old traditional way of doing this is using your hands. So the nut milk bag will be the same. You put it in the nut milk bag, you pour it in, and then you squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. We have finally finished the process. So I tipped the milk that was in the pot into this big bowl. What I had at the bottom of the pot was this bit. This is starch, okay? That bit we don't want in our tofu. So this has got to sit for at least 4 hours before we can take the liquid and turn it into tofu. And I'm sure you might be asking, what have I done with all that pulp? Is it wasted? It's a lot. This is it. We're going to dehydrate it. And we're gonna make chickpea flour, so we're not wasting it. It's a lot of it. It's a kilo. Remember, we had a kilo of dried chickpeas. That was a lot. So we're gonna pour that in here. Guys, I make my, when I make my nut milks or my tiger nut milk, which is not a nut, tiger nut is not a nut. So for those with allergies, tiger nut milk is one really great alternative. This is what tiger nut flour or pulp looks like when I dehydrate it after making the milk. And it's high in fiber, really, really good. And I'm going to blend it, pulverize it into powder, and I use it to, I don't use it for baking, I use it for my swallows. But the chickpea one, we can bake with. It's been 6 hours. So ensuring you just have the proteinous liquid and not the starch is by pouring it gently. It's a lot. Oh wow, I thought this pot would be more than enough, but it's not big enough. But we have to start somewhere. So I'm gonna let this start cooking. It has been cooking for about 10 minutes. We need this liquid to start boiling, and then we need to stir vigorously when it starts boiling. Can you see how this is beginning to froth? And we have separation probably at its peak. All separated nicely. And I have cheesecloth in here, and I have a strainer, a colander. We're gonna let this cool and strain at the same time and come back to put this in our press, okay? So this has strained nicely, and you can see the beautiful looking cheese curds. Get our tofu press, so lower this in there. And tomorrow we're gonna go ahead and cut it up and see how it comes out. Okay, our tofu has been in the fridge overnight, and I have strained a lot of the liquid out. Still quite wet, actually, still quite wet. It might look like this is just a little thing from 1 kilo of chickpeas, and it is. But guys, we got the beautiful starch saved. I have dehydrated this starch, and it's really essential and really good to make your home-baked goods. I also saved the flour, which is full of fiber as well. And this is also great for your gluten-free baking and also adding crunch to some baked recipes. So all in all, I have gotten 3 different products from 1 product. So it is not a waste in my opinion. Okay, yeah, and see how firm it comes out. Okay, I'm really, wow, look at that. It looks like proper tofu. Feels quite springy. So we're gonna slice it all up, and I'm gonna bake it. I like baking my tofu. This is simply suya spice. I'm gonna give it a stir. And guys, that is how you coat it perfectly and evenly. This is oil free. You can sprinkle some oil if you wanted, but I'm going oil free here. And then we'll bake this for a bit and get it out of the oven shortly. Okay, you can see I have actually eaten a little bit more than I should have, and that's because they taste so good. Seriously, so good. It's like tofu, but not like tofu. That's the only way I can describe it, and you have to actually taste it to know. So let's open that up It looks a little bit dry. Obviously it wasn't fried, there's no oils added to this, but oh my goodness, simple seasoning, nothing special, like, you know, it was just like a what we call suya spice in Nigeria. I just made sure it was well and truly marinated in it, like that. Everything well and truly covered, and it baked for about 45 minutes at about 140 degrees, but you do what works for your oven, and it tastes so good. It's a bit crunchy, it's got like a layer of skin on the outside, like chicken really, but obviously it doesn't taste like chicken. And yeah, I want to eat more of it. So guys, I would encourage you to try this. So why have I changed my mind? I said it's something I wouldn't want to do again, but because of the taste, it's something I would do, like a gourmet food, you know, like special occasions. I would make this and serve to my plant-based friends, and I'm sure they would really love it. It's not just your regular everyday tofu, so that's why I think, and it's chickpeas, they're really, really nutritious, but doesn't taste like chickpeas, okay? Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the video. I hope you've learned something, and I hope you have been inspired. Like, there's so many options out there for people that are plant-based, for high protein, and that is the main purpose of this video, because protein, we get worried if you're not eating animal protein. I do eat fish, but not beef, not chicken, and not eggs, and so it's, you question if I'm getting enough protein in quotes, but guys, protein deficiency is not as crazy as we think. Not many people are. We actually, if anything, eating too much protein. So yeah, plant protein is also a good source of protein. That's all I'm trying to say. So if you are one of those people worried, are you getting enough protein, I would encourage you to try other sources like this. Obviously tofu is there, and other plant protein sources. If you want to see more tips on how I get more protein into my diet, let me know in the comment sections below, and I'll share that with you. And I hope you have liked the video, guys. Have you liked? And have you also subscribed if you haven't yet, and share to your friends and loved ones. Until next time, I'll see you in another video. Bye bye. Let's eat this.